Welcome, jesters. Have I been too serious? I actually kind of think so. All right, let's change things up a bit. The shutdown is still going in full force. It's been, oh my God, a day and a half, and somehow the sun has come up twice. I know, it's a miracle. Anyway, the Democrats are going to find themselves in kind of a jam pretty soon, and they're not smart enough to realize it. None of that. And you know what? This might be a case where, well, you know what? It probably is a case where the actual leaders of the party might realize it, but they can't say anything because the external leaders of the party, the ones that are actually trying to be like president or whatever, aren't smart enough to realize it. This, I think, has been the plan all along, and we are all on board. Those of us, on the, I guess, more conservative, especially fiscal, anti-government side, have been wanting a genuine government shutdown for a very long time, and a lot of us still maintain the notion that most people won't notice. They just won't notice. Aside from a few key functions that the government does that it doesn't have to, the federal government, by the way, most people simply won't notice the shutdown in any meaningful way. And I think President Trump knows this. I think his leadership, his team actually knows this. And finally, they're the first administration with the balls to actually see this through. I remember way back when people would call into Rush Limbaugh and they would just say, shut it down, keep it shut down, or whatever. And this has been a popular notion, on our side for a very long time. And I think the president is just ready to go the distance. They apparently have a plan, with reclassifying all these employees, all the layoffs and the buyouts they offered and everything. They are actually going to use this. They are going to use this opportunity to pare down as much of the government as possible. That whole revenge on the government, the one that they didn't really take seriously, our friends on the left didn't take seriously. Yeah. This is just one part of it, by the way. This is not the revenge. This is just one, likely very small part of it. But the problem is, eventually the Democrats, they're going to have to, well, they don't have to cave, but I think they are. I actually think these Democrats that are vying for the presidency, right? Shapiro in Pennsylvania, Pritzker in Illinois, Gavin in California, and maybe some of the other bit players, they are going to try and play rescuer. They're going to try and swoop in and save their citizens from, the big bad orange man by covering for what the federal government is doing. And I think the first thing they're going to cave on is Medicaid. I would not be surprised if some of these governors, either alone or together, announce plans to cover all of the people in their state, only in their state, that are being denied funding from the federal government. They're going to step up. The states are going to step up and fund the rural hospitals and all that kind of stuff. And that's awesome. We want them to do this. This is amazing. This is wonderful. I want you to do this. Governor Pritzker, Governor Newsom, Governor Shapiro, whoever the governor in Massachusetts is, who knows. But yes, absolutely, do this. 100% do this. We want you to do this. We want you to step up and take care of your citizens. Because you're just admitting that none of that requires the federal government. None of it requires federal money. If you're able to step up and do this, then why should the federal government even be involved? If you can step up and you can fund these programs, if you can fund the hospitals, if you can fund Medicaid for all the people in your state, legal or illegal. In fact, hell, fund the illegals, right? If you have enough money to pay for Medicare for the illegals too, well, then you got plenty of money. You don't need federal money. So there you go. Problem solved. Another federal agency, another federal program that we can just get rid of. That's it. I'm not even block granted. It's not being spent. Well, it's not being spent right now. But if they do this, then we're just not going to spend the money. And friends on the left, I know. You love throwing this back in our face, but we'll be fine. We'll totally be fine. Because I know what you're going to say. Oh, you're going to pay for it? Yeah, we will. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. Don't worry about it. We are not worried about this. And it would actually be crazy if these blue state governors, if these left-way type governors actually led the charge for the devolution of power and money from the federal government. So that's the choice they're going to be facing very, very soon, right? Are they going to play this out and let their citizens suffer and then suffer the consequences of not doing things? Because people are already whining and complaining that the Democrats aren't doing enough? Or are they going to valiantly step up and save their citizens from the evil orange man by replacing the federal functions in their states, thus playing right into our hands? Yeah, those of us that actually want to just completely eliminate the federal part of the program. And just to be clear, if the states want to pay for Medicaid, that's fine, totally fine. If they want to pay for Medicaid for illegals, technically, that's totally fine. Really, if California wants to do that, knock yourself out. We're not going to do it here in Florida, okay? But if California wants to do that until they're deported, yeah, go right ahead. Pay whatever you can tax your citizens for. We have no problem with that. None whatsoever. So there you go. That's the choice Democrats are going to be facing very soon. Do they do nothing, let their citizens suffer, or do they step up and play the game right into the president's and our plan? Because I kind of think that's what they're going to do, because they're not really smart enough to realize that's what they're going to do. And and I hope you know, I'm right.